How does an online real estate investing education company make money? Well, I'm dedicating this video to a question we had in our community that I promised I'd make YouTube videos about with the answers to those questions. And so this is just one of them in no particular order. And the question was about affiliating with a certain service provider, Nevada Corporate Headquarters in this case, that helps our members establish LLCs for asset protection when they're investing in real estate. And the question was, do you acquire real estate and then get LLCs to protect yourself, or is insurance enough? And there's no straight answer to that. It's basically up to you. There's no need for either. It's all about what is your risk tolerance. So that's not what this video is going to be about. It's going to be, the answer is going to be geared towards why do we affiliate with companies that make money off of certain types of products that may or may not be absolutely necessary, and it is a personal preference of a member, of an individual who is investing in real estate. And so I'm going to cover that, but I decided to take a step back, and I'm going to actually cover how we make money in general. It's not going to be an exhaustive explanation, but it's going to go into a bit of detail, and I'm going to call this part one because I imagine I'm going to be doing a lot more talking and explaining how ADPI makes money, because at the end of the day, what I just found out this week is that more people than I even realized did not realize that we were an education community. We are a company. We are a company that teaches military families, that is our niche, how to invest in real estate and how to be entrepreneurial, how to create more income. And so that's what active duty passive income is all about. And I am going to dedicate, again, this video to the member in our community. I'm not going to name him here. And to answer his question, because I think it's a valid question. It's absolutely a valid question. And I want to deep dive into how we think through monetizing our community. Well, not monetizing our community, monetizing as a business, and how it parlays with our community, how our service providers connect through us as a company and our members. How does the money move? Why does it move the way it does? And why do we make the decisions we made? So this is kind of behind the curtains. All right, here we go. So there's two ways. And I'm going to start with way number one first, and that's just products. We sell educational products. We also have a lot of free educational free educational products. So we have our podcast, absolutely free, incredible. I mean, it's basically master classes every single episode, right? So we got the podcast. We have our amazing YouTube channel that I'm trying to grow, like this video right now. We have our blogs. We have our Facebook group. We have tons of free resources on the website. We also do, one of the coolest things ever is called Freedom Calls. If you go on our website, activedutypassiveincome.com, there's links to this all over the place, especially in the resource page where it says, hey, sign up for a Freedom Call. It's literally a 15, 30, sometimes even longer minute call where we just answer whatever question you have. We try to get you to the next step, whatever it is. Like when I pick up the phone, I'm like, hey, don't let me leave this call with you unless you know what the next step is. In whatever whatever step and whatever direction your journey in finances and real estate is, like I will help you get to the next step. And our team, we rotate on these calls and we absolutely love doing them. So educational products are the paid stuff, right? So we have a lot of free stuff, and from a business perspective, we need to give away a lot for free in order to help people learn and have an aha moment of what they want to do down the road. And then they have the choice of whether they want to take next steps with us in some of our paid premium masterminds and courses, or if they want to go elsewhere. Either is fine. If you're a YouTube University fan, go do that. If you want something more structured, something with a timeline, something that is designed where the success metrics for us as a company is your success as a real estate investor, then come on over. Like we are happy to bring you on board. And in fact, our mission is to impact 3 million military families over the next 10 years positively with their finances. So that's our mission. And so if you want to come and do participate in our masterminds and take our courses, that is our main product. We make no bones about it. Education, we believe, when it's structured and when it's experience-based, is far more valuable than having to look for the answers yourself, because sometimes you don't even know the questions to ask. But I digress. I'm not going to go into the philosophy too much. That's our opinion, right? And like I said, that's split into two different pieces. There's the courses, there's the mastermind. The mastermind is basically, if you want to be if you want to change who you are, right, fundamentally, there's a saying where you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So the mastermind is supposed to be those that they push you and you guys kind of like get outside of your comfort zone and you get inspired by each other's action taking. So it's always top of mind to grow, 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 grow. That's the point of a mastermind. You solve difficult problems, you discover new opportunities, you partner with each other, and you buy a lot of America and you make a lot of income. That is what our masterminds are all about. The courses are literally, as you can imagine, a course, but it's not as simple as that. We obsessed about the syllabus to make sure it's structured right. Now, getting back to the ultimate question that was asked for the purpose of this video, I just needed to kind of preface that so that everybody watching this has a 10,000 foot view of how we operate. Like, the main thing is the education, right? Everything else is in support of teaching and educating and getting you ready to potentially take actual real steps towards real estate investing. Now, affiliate relationships is another thing that we have. And this is a big part of our business because what we found out, we had no idea this was going to be I didn't know. Like when I started ADPI, I had no idea that affiliating with anybody was going to be something I was going to be doing. And I always thought that affiliating was like, hey, have an Amazon link on your blog, right? I had no idea that there was some other way to do this kind of stuff and to help it grow your business. And also really not have to be the one administratively providing the product all the time. So in this case, we have quite a few affiliates, and it ranges everything from like Amazon links to working with asset protection with some of our, with Nevada corporate headquarters at the time of this recording. Now, I will tell you right now, right? So I will tell you that we have not always worked with the same affiliates. We have learned over the years that some resources are better than others. And we pride ourselves in using our resources before advertising them and also vetting them very, 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 very thoroughly. I have learned the hard way on how important it is, or how important that is, because our reputation gets extended through anybody we have a relationship with. And so it's critical that we absolutely maintain the highest affiliate relationships possible. So there's two different kinds of this, okay? So there's ADPI related and there's non-ADPI. ADPI is like where it bears our name, like ADPI Insurance, for example, or ADPI Realty. A lot of times when it comes to ADPI stuff, the reason why we decided to do it that way is because we were concerned with how sensitive those or delicate those products were. And also we knew that we wouldn't be able to provide the level of service we wanted to without having a closer tie to it. And also the monetization there isn't so cut and dry. Sometimes there are marketing fees, but sometimes only certain individuals can monetize and not others, because there's licensing requirements. We've spent like tens of thousands of dollars on all sorts of attorneys making sure that everything was set up right so that we were way above board and doing everything the exact right way. Everything from FTC disclaimers to like the licensing requirements and what can be, who can benefit financially from certain products and who cannot, all that stuff. All of that has been thoroughly thoroughly vetted, investigated, and the due diligence has been done, right? Now, the other part is non-ADPI affiliations, right? Okay, so for example, in this case, like, an umbrella insurance policy versus an LLC. We are affiliated with a company that is, their whole point, like their whole thing is asset protection. And they have seen a lot of worst case scenarios multiple times. They've seen this, and they've seen people be affected negatively by not having good asset protection. So for them, they are 100% biased towards wanting to protect you, right? And that's not a bad thing. That is what their mission is. They care. And if you get on the phone with them, you'll hear them say the word care 5 times. They really care about people and those that they serve. And so I'll tell you right now, though, the concern with the member that asked the question was, he doesn't believe that you always need asset protection. You don't always need an LLC. And I agree. I want to caution everybody with the word need, because the word need, in this case, it's not like having a bank account for your business where you need that so you don't commingle funds. This is a personal preference where you can do it one way or another. Maybe you can get an umbrella policy to limit your liability. But that doesn't, or you can have an LLC. But the umbrella policy doesn't necessarily limit your liability. It creates an extra layer with the insurance attorneys and payouts, and that's why you're paying the premiums, right? That's what that's all about. And then the entity, the LLC, it's a limited liability company. It literally limits your liability as long as you structure it and use it properly. And so that helps you even more. But even then, it has to be done right, because sometimes it could actually shoot you in the foot. So, but I digress. So the point is, it's not for everybody, okay? And we actually parted ways with an affiliate that we felt pushed asset protection products specifically when it was absolutely unnecessary, where it seemed more like they seemed more transactional than transformational. And I talk about this all the time. I think a company will be here to stay, will become a household name only if they're more transformational, only if the main metric for success is the success of their members, right? And so that's why we parted ways with one of the companies we were affiliating with, because some of our members were not happy. They did feel like they bought a bunch of extra things that they didn't need for their asset protection plan, for their strategy. And so we said, we're not cool with that. And then when we brought in Nevada corporate headquarters, we told them specifically, like, hey, our main concern is to not oversell our members. And so that was what we stepped into the relationship with, is like, but you have to understand who you're talking to. If you're talking to somebody about asset protection, they'll tell you the best way to protect your assets is through entities, right? Because A, it's true, and B, that's their business model. You have to understand they will be your fiduciary in spirit, but you have to understand that that is their business model. So you, as a consumer, need to get educated as much as you can and understand what is best for your strategy. Nobody can make that decision for you. And so I have owned, for example, a single family rental property with just an umbrella policy. Letting you know right now, it was like 1, 2, 3, I can't remember how many $1 million umbrella policy, and that was it. I did not have an LLC on it. And that was fine. And actually made it easier for me to sell. If I wanted to have refinanced it, it would have been easier to refinance it because it wasn't deeded over to an LLC. It was all in my personal name. It was easier for me to handle. And so there are the pros and cons to having either or. It just depends on what fits right for your strategy. So going back to the ultimate question, why does ADPI affiliate with companies that make money off of veterans almost? Here's the thing. When we affiliate with companies, here's a couple of things we do. We absolutely make sure that to the best of our ability, we make sure that they're going to serve our clients and they care. They put them before anything else as far as their business model. Then we also do it. We use the companies ourselves, and then we make sure that the only way we affiliate is if the deal that our members get, right, is the best. That either, like, sometimes we've actually, with certain companies, we've gotten packages or relationship deals that are better than they have done in decades. And so we truly negotiate the best deals for our members, and then we ensure that our members don't pay for that. The company pays for it. So it's kind of like if you use a real estate agent and you're buying a home, you don't pay the commissions, the seller pays the commissions. In this case, it's the same thing, right? So the company will pay us a marketing fee. We don't charge the veteran anything directly. And some people feel like that's shady. It is what it is. Like, you can have your opinions. I'm telling you right now, this is a great way for us to connect members to deals that are better than they would have been able to get by themselves for the things that they're looking to do anyway, and allow us to do that sustainably so that we can impact more people, scale our business, scale our education community, and reach our goal of impacting 3 million military families positively, financially. So it's up to you. Like, if you're watching this video and you're like, you know what, I think people that have affiliate links on their websites are, have ill intention. And I'm not saying the individual that asked that question, I know that's not what you were getting at, but you did feel like it was a little bit disingenuous. I hope that me explaining to you how we got into the relationship helps you not feel that way. But if you still feel like it's disingenuous, that's fine. To our community, I'm letting you know that we will continue affiliating with companies that we feel like serve our community, and that help us grow as an organization that wants to impact more military families, and that meet our core values, that we have vetted, that we have used, and that will put our members first, right? Like, so we're going to go into it every single time with that perspective. And we're not going to get into a relationship unless our members actually are asking for it in the first place. That's one of the biggest things. We haven't built anything that our members haven't asked us for. Like, we don't go out thinking, oh, let's do this because it's going to make a lot of money. First of all, that's the wrong way to build a business. You need to know that there's market demand before you build it. And secondly, we don't have time. And right now our focus is on education and community, and that's it. So when we do build a relationship with anybody, we have a pretty good idea that it's going to benefit our members, it's going to benefit that company, and it's going to benefit us as an organization, Active Duty Passive Income. So yeah, that's basically it. But long story short, I think that I am not worried right now that anyone is being sold something that they shouldn't be sold. However, I do recommend that everybody that does spend thousands of dollars on an asset protection plan really do their own due diligence and really learn what it is, the risks and potential risks are, and figure that out on their own, right? There's only so much you can do relying on other people. You got to have your own head on a swivel. You got to do your own due diligence. And yeah, Mark Yancich is out. I'm going to go answer the other questions in the next few videos. I might kind of do it in between because I want to keep vlogging other topics as well. If this is your first time watching these videos, my name is Mark Yancich with Active Duty Passive Income. Thank you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.